He had started this more times than he could count, and every time he believed this one would be different. It always began the same way. A new plan, a cleaner routine, a version of himself he wanted to become. For a while, everything felt possible. He woke up earlier, paid more attention, tried harder than before. And in those first few days, he could almost feel it working. The motivation, the clarity, the sense that maybe this time he had finally figured it out. But slowly, things started slipping again. Not all at once, just small things. A missed morning, a delayed task, a promise moved to tomorrow, and tomorrow quietly became next week. He told himself not to overthink it. People lose momentum sometimes. That was normal. But deep down, it felt familiar. Too familiar. Because he had been here before. The slow drift. The disappearing focus. The quiet distance between who he wanted to be and who he was becoming. And the hardest part wasn't failing. It was noticing how easy it was to stop. How quickly a routine could disappear. How fast progress could feel invisible. Some days he wondered if he was simply the kind of person who could never stay consistent. He watched other people move forward. Slowly, steadily, and he couldn't understand how they kept going when motivation disappeared. Because for him, everything felt temporary. Every good habit, every fresh start, every attempt to change. Eventually, the guilt would arrive. Quietly, not loud enough to destroy him. Just enough to sit in the background of everything. A constant reminder that he had started again and stopped again. So he did what he always did. He reset. Another plan. Another promise. Another version of. This time will be different. And honestly, part of him believed it again. But another part was getting tired. Not physically. Mentally. Tired of returning to the beginning. Tired of rebuilding momentum. Tired of treating every mistake like the end of the story. Then one evening, something small occurred to him. Maybe the problem wasn't inconsistency. Maybe the problem was believing that every failure erased all progress. Because every time he stopped, he punished himself by starting over. Back to zero. Back to the beginning. Back to proving himself again. And maybe that was the part exhausting him. So he tried something different. Not a dramatic change. Not a perfect system. Just a smaller promise. If he missed a day, he wouldn't disappear for a month. If he lost momentum, he wouldn't destroy the whole process. He would simply continue from where he was. At first, it felt strange. Messy. Incomplete. But also lighter. Because for the first time, he stopped thinking in perfect streaks. And started thinking in return. Coming back. Continuing. Staying close to the process, even after failure. Some days still slipped away. Some mornings still felt heavy. But this time, he noticed something different. He wasn't restarting anymore. He was continuing. Slowly. Imperfectly. Quietly. But continuing. He had started this more times than he could count. But this time, he didn't start over.